Today, we're diving into a place on Earth where absolutely everything completely transforms the second the sun sets. We're talking about the Amazon rainforest. Now, this staggering 5.5 million square kilometer expanse is globally famous for its vibrant green canopy, its flowing rivers, and its incredible biodiversity. But that's during the day. In this explainer, we're going to explore the eerie, hidden reality of the Amazon at night. Because when that light fades, the rules change entirely, and the creatures that wake up, well, they're the stuff of absolute wonder and honestly, a few nightmares.
Now, to really wrap our heads around the night, we've got to look at the day first. The Amazon's canopy, that massive overarching roof of leaves and branches, is so incredibly dense that scientists have measured something pretty wild. Even during the brightest part of the afternoon, only about 1 to 2% of sunlight actually manages to pierce through the leaves and reach the forest floor. So the jungle is perpetually draped in shadows, even at high noon.
But when night actually falls, that lack of light turns into 100% deep, absolute darkness. I'm talking no shadows, no outlines. It's a pitch-black void. If you were standing right there in the middle of it, you could place your own hand directly in front of your face, and you literally wouldn't be able to see it. And it's in this profound, blinding darkness that the jungle truly comes alive.
So let's dive into this. We constantly hear the Amazon referred to as the lungs of the Earth, right? And for good reason. It provides roughly 20% of our planet's oxygen. But there's this old, really chilling jungle saying, these lungs do not breathe at night, they hunt. The colorful, vibrant paradise we pictured during the daytime seamlessly transitions into a highly active, terrifying hunting ground, run by predators who have evolved over millions of years to completely master the dark.
Which brings us to the first leg of our journey, the deep darkness. In an environment where we humans are rendered completely blind and helpless, the jungle's apex predators are thriving effortlessly. They don't just see in the dark, they listen, they feel, and they wait in complete, terrifying silence.
Let's consider the sheer overwhelming power of the jaguar. You know how lions are called the king of the savannah? Well, a lion has a bite force of about 650 psi, but the jaguar? It commands a staggering 10,500 psi. That's just unbelievable power. But honestly, its bite isn't even its deadliest trait. A jaguar's eyes absorb 6 times more light than human eyes, meaning they see perfectly in that pitch-black void. And they don't charge you from the front. They stalk silently from behind, using that immense bite force to instantly crush a skull, ending the hunt before their prey even has a fraction of a second to register the pain.
Okay, let's move from the trees down to the water, where we meet a creature that even the jaguar avoids, the black caiman. This is the largest of the crocodilian family in the Americas. We're talking up to 5 meters long and weighing over 400 kilograms. It just sits in the water with rock-like patience, completely invisible in the dark. And when something touches the water's edge, it strikes with a closing speed of 40 kilometers per hour. But here is the truly terrifying part. During the rainy season, the Amazon floods, and water levels can rise 10 to 12 meters. So this massive 400-kilogram predator literally swims right out of the river and into the submerged trees. Just imagine wading through knee-deep water in the pitch black, completely unaware that a black caiman is floating right next to your leg.
And right there at the water's edge, another giant is waiting, the green anaconda. These snakes can be as thick as an adult human's thigh and weigh up to 250 kilograms. Now, they aren't venomous. Instead, they rely purely on constriction. An anaconda silently wraps around its prey, and with every single exhale the victim takes, the snake squeezes tighter, using up to 90 psi of constriction force. That is more than enough to effortlessly snap bones. It tracks and suffocates its prey before they even have a second to react.
But you know what's really wild? The strangest truth of the jungle is that the most common fatal threats aren't actually the giant 400-kilogram beasts. The real nightmare lies in the invisible, tiny micro-killers hiding right under a leaf, behind a branch, or right beneath your boot.
Take the Brazilian wandering spider, for example. This thing actually holds a Guinness World Record for its toxicity. It possesses a highly potent neurotoxic venom. Just 0.006 milligrams, which is an amount physically thinner than a single strand of human hair, is enough to kill a mouse. In humans, this venom rapidly attacks the nervous system, leading to loss of muscle control and respiratory failure. And the worst part? It doesn't just build a web and stay put. No, it actively wanders the forest floor at night. And if you startle it, it doesn't run away. It aggressively attacks.
Now, if you somehow manage to dodge the spider, you've still got to watch your step for the bullet ant. This little insect sits at the absolute peak of the Schmidt Sting Pain Index. That's a scientific scale used for measuring insect stings, and it ranks at a maximum level 4. It's called the bullet ant for a very specific reason. Getting stung by one feels exactly like being shot with a live bullet.
To really understand how bad this is, listen to how researcher Justin Smith, the guy who actually created the index and experienced the sting firsthand, described it. He called it pure, intense, brilliant pain, like walking over flaming charcoal with a 3-inch nail embedded in your heel. Just let the sheer horror of that mental image sink in for a second. Kind of makes you appreciate your safe, comfortable living room, doesn't it?
And here's the kicker. This excruciating, unbearable pain, it doesn't just spike and then fade away after a few minutes. Not at all. It continues, completely unabated, without losing even a fraction of its intensity for a full 24 hours. Literally one wrong step onto a tree root in the dark, and you are locked in for a 24-hour waking nightmare. We've also got the unseen masters of the ground, pit vipers, like the highly dangerous fer-de-lance. These snakes are perfectly camouflaged. They literally look exactly like the dead leaves scattered on the forest floor, and their bite is hemotoxic. That means the venom actively destroys your blood cells and basically melts bodily tissue from the inside out, leading to very rapid organ failure.
So the absolute craziest part here is that these pit vipers don't even need ambient light to see you coming. Their name actually comes from the heat-sensing pits located on their heads. These pits are so incredibly sensitive that they can detect a temperature difference of just 0.003 degrees Celsius. Think about that. In the absolute suffocating darkness, they don't see a human shape. They perfectly track the glowing, radiating heat of your body. You are entirely blind, but to them, you are lighting up the forest like a glowing beacon.
Okay, let's just take a breath. Because right in the middle of all these unseen, deadly horrors, the Amazonian night offers a relief that is so surreal, it feels like stepping straight into an animated fantasy movie. When your eyes finally adjust to the dark, you might stumble upon a supernatural beauty that momentarily makes you forget about every single danger hiding in the shadows.
I'm talking about the jungle's bioluminescence. There are over 80 different species of naturally glowing fungi scattered all across the Amazon floor. They produce this beautiful, soft blue and green cold light through a chemical reaction that combines a compound called luciferin with oxygen. It literally looks like someone took a tiny glowing galaxy and scattered it across the dead leaves. But it's not just there for show, it's a brilliant survival strategy. This mesmerizing glow actively attracts insects in the dark, and those insects then pick up the fungi's spores and carry them deeper into the forest.
And it's not just the mushrooms that light up. You have click beetles, which have 2 incredibly bright green glowing spots right on their heads. And these spots are so bright that indigenous people historically placed a few of these beetles in woven baskets to use as actual functioning lanterns. And then of course there are the fireflies. When thousands of them gather in a single tree and flash their lights in completely synchronized harmony, on and off, all together, it offers this mesmerizing, poetic moment of hope and pure beauty against the ruthless black canvas of the jungle.
But to really truly experience the Amazon at night, you can't just rely on what you might see, or, fail to see. Because as the visual world completely disappears, the auditory world takes over entirely, shifting our focus to the final sensory experience of this incredible ecosystem. I want you to really picture yourself standing there. Have you ever actually heard the voice of the jungle? Because when the sun first sets, there's this brief, eerie silence. It feels like the entire forest is just holding its breath, preparing itself. And then, suddenly, it begins.
Millions upon millions of cicadas, crickets, and beetles start calling, all at the exact same time. Scientists have clocked the night noise in the Amazon reaching between 70 to 80 decibels. That is a suffocating, physical wall of sound. It is literally as loud as standing right next to a busy, high-speed highway. You can barely hear your own voice over the roar of the insects. And then, piercing right through that massive wall of insect noise, is the terrifying roar of the howler monkey. It is the loudest land animal on Earth, and its unearthly, guttural roar can be heard from 5 kilometers away. For early explorers, hearing that sound in pitch darkness felt like listening to a monster from another dimension. But hiding right amidst that massive, booming noise is something beautifully tiny yet infinitely more dangerous, the colorful poison dart frog. It doesn't need to roar. Its bright skin is all the warning you need, because just 2 micrograms of its batratoxin, an amount smaller than a single grain of table salt, is enough to end a human life. Which brings us to our final takeaway. We love to call this incredible place the lungs of the earth, but when the lights go out, it reveals its true, untamed nature. At night, the Amazon is its beating, ruthless, and deeply alive heart. It operates entirely by its own ancient rules, balancing beautiful, glowing galaxies with predators that hunt perfectly in pure darkness. So, knowing all the terrifying and breathtaking secrets that wake up when the sun goes down, would you ever dare to step into the beating heart of the Amazon at night? Keep that question in mind, and never stop exploring the wild mysteries of our world.